If you are asked which is the highest mountain in the world, I am sure you will immediately say the answer, Mount Everest. But do you know what is the deepest place on Earth and where is it located? In today's article, we will discuss about the Mariana Trench, the deepest place in the world. Which is the deepest ocean trench in the world located at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean? Mount Everest, the world's highest peak, is about 8,850 meters or 29,035 feet high and is located on the border between Nepal and China. On the other hand, the depth of the Mariana Trench, the world's deepest place under the sea, is about 11,034 meters 36,201 feet or about 7 miles. That is, if the entire Mount Everest is lifted and submerged in this place, Everest will still be 2,133 meters 7,000 feet below sea level. The Mariana Trench is located just east of the Mariana Islands at the western end of the Pacific Ocean. This trench is named Mariana Trench after the Mariana Islands. The collision of the Pacific Plate and the Mariana Plate in a geographical process called subduction has created this sector, which extends from northeast to southwest for about 2,550 kilometers and has an average width of about 70 km. The deepest part of the Mariana Trench is the Challenger Deep, which is located 340 kilometers southwest of Guam Island. The Challenger Deep is named after the British Navy ship HMS Challenger, as the part was first discovered by its sailors after the 1875 expedition. In 1951, the British ship HMS Challenger to measure this depth using echo sounder technology, which is equal to 11 kilometers 7 miles. Mariana Trench is so deep that it is always dark, and it is the coldest place in the ocean floor. Also, water pressure is so much that it is more than 1,000 times the normal air pressure at sea level. That is why the density of water here is about 5% higher than normal. Due to all these difficulties, the landing of humans in the Challenger Deep was not easy. 50 years ago today, humans landed in the Challenger Deep for the first time. In 1960, Jacques Piccard and Navy LT, Don Walsh reached the Challenger Deep in the Trist submersible, landing in the Mariana Trench. Their landing takes about 5 hours and they can only stay there for 20 minutes. In fact, the water there was so cloudy with silt that it was impossible for them to take any pictures. Recently, on March 1, 2021, Richard Garriott landed on the Challenger Deep, and through this, he became the first person on Earth to simultaneously go to both poles of the Earth, space and the deepest part of the Earth. Their expedition was about 12 hours by boat, called limiting factor. It took about 4 hours to land on the Challenger Deep, 4 hours to stay there, and 4 hours to return. Richard Garriott before entering the limiting factor vessel. Until this landing by Piccard and Walsh, scientists believed that life could not exist inside the Mariana Trench under such high pressure. But after landing in the trenches, in the floodlights of Trieste, Piccard saw flatfish-like creatures, which he later described in a book about his expedition. As an immediate answer to a question that biologists have asked for decades, Piccard writes, "Could life exist in the deepest ocean trenches on Earth? Yes, of course it can." Scientists doubted whether life actually existed at such high pressure as described by Piccard. But nature's remarkable ability to adapt has proven scientists wrong many times before. Richard Garriott in his recent expedition found crustaceans at the bottom of the Challenger Deep, suggesting the presence of other more organic materials. Garriott believes many new species of life exist here, will be found which the world has no idea about. Usually, the skeleton shells of dead animals are deposited deep in the ocean floor. The Mariana Islands are no different. That's why the water here is slightly yellow. The Scripps Institute tested deep water and soil samples brought by Garriott from the Mariana Trench and found the presence of microplastics there. In other words, plastic has reached this place that is invisible to people. The rise of organisms on Earth can be explained from studies on the microscopic organisms present in the Mariana Trench. By observing the soil there, we can get an idea of the very early conditions of our Earth. Also, By observing the stones or rocks there, it is possible to get a more detailed idea about the earthquake. The mysterious Mariana Trench, the deepest place on Earth, could be a source of fascinating knowledge. If you like the video, please subscribe our channel. Thank you.